Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use Unix underscore timestamp function using PySpark. So we'll use this function to get the current time. Current time is today's as of now time, and to convert this time string in the format. So this is standard timestamp format, this time string to convert Unix timestamp in seconds by using current time zone of the system. That means whichever system you're using, no? So that current time zone. So as per your region, you will get current time zone in seconds by integer value. So it is like this value. Okay. So next it is an integer as I shown below, and this number it considers from this date onwards, January 1st, 1970 midnight as per UTC time. Okay, so whatever it generates value, no, suppose it generating this value. Okay, so this value it considers from this date onwards how many seconds it is. Suppose if you consider today date, and if you consider this is the integer for today date, so then this many seconds it considers from this particular date. Okay, so that is the meaning. So it normally converts if your input data types is either date data type or timestamp data type. So it will convert to Unix time. So Unix time is this integer value. Okay. So here one more thing. This is the link for epoch converter. So that is this one. So here you can cross verify. Uh, so if you have any numbers, no, you can cross verify. I will show you further. So syntax is this one, Unix underscore timestamp. So we need to pass date time column and we need to mention pattern. So pattern means this one format. So in which format, in which date format you need. Okay. So and whatever this one date time column, it will take either of these three data types, either date data type or timestamp data type or string data type in valid datetime format. This pattern, this pattern is optional and it is string expression specifying the format, date format. Okay. And in return, once you run this function, what you will get is big integer. Data type is big integer. You will get one integer number. Okay, that is in seconds. So this you can study further. Same thing about syntax. Okay, so first I'll explain with SQL function. So you can call it is either Unix underscore timestamp or epoch time. Okay, so suppose if you're not providing any argument inside this function, Unix underscore timestamp function, no, then it considers default current timestamp. So what it means is if you run this one, see it generating this one, no, this number is that is current timestamp value, but it gave you in integer number in seconds. So then this we already explained, no, the number of seconds that are passed from 1st January 1970 to this particular moment. That means this particular second moment. Okay, so if you cross verify this value, just copy this and go to this converter. You enter here and click on this timestamp to human mode. See, today is Sunday, September 15th, 24, and this is our time. Okay, so it is clearly mentioned, no, default to current timestamp. It will from this date to this particular moment. So particular moment means see it getting value today. Today is Sunday, September 24 and 12, 12:15. Okay. So this how about this function. Next one we'll see further. See, we are getting in integers. Okay, so for convert for checking timestamp value, what I'm doing, I'm going here and checking. So instead of that, what you can do is see here unix underscore timestamp. Okay, so this one, what I'm doing, I'm converting to timestamp. If I want to convert to timestamp, I'm using from underscore unix time on top of this. So then it will convert to timestamp format. So this one from underscore unix time, no? So I already made video on this from underscore unix time. So you can watch in my PySpark playlist. You will get better idea. So these are all correlation functions. From underscore unix time, what it does is, suppose if you have input like integer, it will convert to timestamp. What unix underscore timestamp do is, if you have timestamp value, it will convert to integer value. So this is the difference between. So if you watch these both videos in my playlist from underscore unix time and unix underscore timestamp, you will get better idea. And unix underscore timestamp, instead of mentioning current timestamp, I'm mentioning my particular date. Okay, I mentioned 2016 4/18 and I want in this format. So if we try to run this, it will give integer value. Okay, for this particular date, it will give integer value in seconds. Suppose if you use this one, you can copy this, and if you cross verify here, see it giving Friday, April 18, 2016. See April 18, 2016. Okay. And so before proceeding with some example, so I'm importing these functions, unix underscore timestamp and current underscore timestamp. Okay, so this is my data frame. If you closely observe here, this first value, this is year, month, and date. Okay, without mentioning any special character. And here, first three columns I have timestamps, and remaining two I have date. Okay, so you can cross verify here. So this will be integer. These two are strings, string timestamp. These three, string timestamp. This is string date. So you can cross verify here data types. Okay, so except first one, all are string data type. So now what we have to do is, I'm using unix underscore timestamp function on all these columns to convert to integer value in seconds, like epoch time. Okay. So what I'm doing, first on date ID column, since it is integer, I'm converting to string, because this unix underscore timestamp, it will take only string values. Okay. So it won't take integer value. It will take string, date, or timestamp. Okay, so that's why I'm changing integer to string. But format how it is there. So year, 4 Ys, 2 Ms, and D, because we don't have in between special characters. Okay, so similar way, start underscore timestamp, input, last, I mentioned here. Since start underscore timestamp, it is in our standard timestamp format, no? Year, month, date, then hour, minute, second. See, I am not mentioned any format here. Okay, I mentioned only column. And if you see other two, see these not in standard timestamp format. So that's why I mentioned respective format: date, month, year, hour, minute, second. Okay, so here similar way here, month, date, year, month, date, year, hour, minute, second. And for start date and end date, see it is this is month. Okay, month, date, year, month, date, year. Here it is year, month, date, year, month, date. Okay, so I given as per input formats I given. So now what will happen? See, all are converted to integer. So you can see all are long data type. So that means these are all integer values, like epoch time in seconds. Okay, so you can cross verify all these values with here. You will get these respective values. Okay, respective timestamp you will get. Okay, so on top of this, what I'm doing, I'm using lit function to uh, enter this value. Okay, and on top of that, I'm using current timestamp. One is current timestamp in standard timestamp format, and one more thing is in date format. And uh, here I'm not giving because I need a default time. That means current time I required. So if I run this one, so on top of this, if you see from here, this is lit now, we given lit timestamp, that is this one. See, these things also converted to integers in seconds since we applied Unix underscore timestamp. Suppose this lit one, if you try to convert this one, you will get this value in converter. See, Sunday, September 29th, 24. Okay, 29, 24 September. You will get same value. Since we used to lit, so all values will be common. It will enter all the values for this column. Second one is, since we used a current timestamp, so this value, if you convert this one, you will get today as of now date. So today is September 11, 24. You will get this one. Next one, date. Okay, so since I mentioned date, no, so it won't consider hour, minute, seconds, and all. It will consider date. So only format will change. Okay. So next to this one is a default time. So since I'm not mentioned any current timestamp, but still it will take, if you don't mention anything here, it will take still default timestamp. That's why you'll see here and here same value. Okay, so for first one, what we saw, how to convert timestamp string to Unix time, because all these our timestamp in string, no? See here, all our timestamps in string. So now we'll see how to convert timestamp string to Unix time. Next, we'll see how to convert string to timestamp, then Unix time. Okay, so that means if you see here, first what I'm doing, here again, this one we can do by using two methods. First one is convert string to timestamp by cast, by using cast function. See, first what I'm doing, string to timestamp. This one I am doing by cast function. Suppose my data frame is this one. I'm creating one data frame. So here, instead of using regular method, I used for loop here in create a data frame. I used for TS in timestamps and time zone. Okay, my column name is time zone. So that's why I'm getting only single column. Okay, so this whole list, it will iterate and it will generate one column. See, now these are all in, this is actually timestamp, but it is a string type. Okay, so first what I'll do, I'll try to convert into timestamp format. So this particular column, time zone, this time zone, I'm converting from string to timestamp. See, now it converted to timestamp. Okay, so now my data type is now timestamp. So next, what I will do, I will try to convert this timestamp value to integer, this big integer. So for that, what I'm using Unix underscore timestamp on this time zone column, and I'm mentioning standard format, standard timestamp format. Then it will convert to integer value. Okay, so this is the main this function will generate this one, big integer value. Okay, so this is first method by using cache method. Next, second one is how to convert a string to timestamp by using to_timestamp. So same data set I'm using, but I have 3 columns. So one is a date, remaining 2 are timestamp. So by default, it will generate in string format. Okay, see all are string data type. So for these columns, what I'm using to_timestamp function to convert to timestamp. See, timestamp. Parallelly cross verify here. These two converted to timestamp. So on top of this, I'm using unix_timestamp function. Okay, so it converting to big integer. See here, I converted only these 2 columns, string to timestamp. See here, date, it is in string format only, but still it converted. See for date also, I used unix_timestamp, but still it converted because initially we discussed unix_timestamp, it will take either date format or timestamp format or string format. Okay, so you can try with by converting to timestamp, and that also you can do it, but not required since it is a direct date. No, you can directly convert it. Okay, so now we covered all the types. We covered all the types like string also we covered, string data type, timestamp data type, and string timestamp. So as per this, if you come here, yeah, as per these data types, all the data types columns we covered how to use this function. Okay, that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.